Words from my great mentor: don't say nothing. This is a perfect idea. Don't tell nobody and mess things up. See how you got fired and got put behind having to spend $1,500 on both of your credit cards and get your credit dropped by 80 points, but thanks, you don't know how to flip it up by an extra 120. That being said, by January 2027, your credit score will be an 8. Your teeth will look like Peter Marcos. You'll have a GLE and you'll be going to Playa del Rey. But I can't help but to put this in on why you should not listen to people. You could have got $5,200 when somebody hit your mother in your brand new BMW. But you talked to somebody and did not listen to yourself and listen to them and ended up with no money. If you would have had that $5,200, it wouldn't have been no problem when you got fired. But since you listened to somebody that obviously don't know how to manage no money, because nobody in your circle is balling except for your friends. Your closely bought circle is your number one haters. Like you told me yourself, family ain't nothing but people you met first. Your cousin Monet is the only one that can give two shits about anything successful in your life. Everybody else wants you to fail. That's why you never got a comment on your Peter Marcos video from nobody in your family. Nobody. And anybody that leaves a comment later, especially years, are demons because they feel guilty when they hear something like this. People insult your intelligence and take you for granted and disrespect you. And you was unattended to from childhood of neglect, from severe ADHD, severe learned helplessness, severe learning disability, mental issues from both bloodlines, because you have told me about both, and which ones wasn't fighters and got their life manipulated by people that felt they were superior to them. You had a lot of issues going on and a smile that you wasn't happy with. And for the fact your dad's baby sister had braces, he knew you needed them, but for the issues I just mentioned, they thought it was unimportant. The seriousness of a smile is very serious. You the only one in your family on both sides that had a smile that wasn't right. You the only one on your family that had a smile that wasn't right and didn't have braces to try to correct it. All of that, you still had all the game in the world. Even in the 3rd grade, you wanted a glass beach house like the Jetsons and an RC 500 race car, which was only remote control, but it's a Pagani. $5 million car, $40 million beach house. You had a $45 million dream in the 2nd damn grade. And all the terrible things you heard from your close bot circle that would have made most kids crumble, you didn't give a damn because Crockett and Tubbs was who you looked up to. You started off late in the game, but once you started disappearing from people, you made it happen. Think about it. You came back in a Kia Rio, came back in a Buick Regal, came back with a Regal on Dayton's, came back in a green Grand Prix, Chrysler 300. That was your mom's. Don't say it was yours because some toxic hater will speak on it. But don't forget this, like I told you, somebody put $3,000 down, which was your mom. You traded in a paid for Kia Rio and you made the $600 payment for 3 years to me, which is $18,000 plus a trade-in. I say it's 70% your car. But like you said, mom's bought the rims and the grill, which was a total of about $2,600 plus the down payment of $3,000. So mom spent $56,000 and you spent $20,000. That being said, you got the Chrysler 200 by yourself. You got the Regal on Dayton's by yourself. You got the Grand Prix by yourself. You got the Chrysler 200 by yourself. You got the new Camry by yourself. You got the Stinger by yourself. You got the X5 Beamer by yourself. You got your credit built good by yourself. Nobody in your circle. When you don't mess with nobody in your circle, your life is successful. Soon as you get advice from people in your circle, you go down. Your haters are so toxic. When you talk about success, they got the audacity to pull out their cell phone and try to get you to engage in what they looking at, which is probably a dumbass shard of a cat with a jacket on dancing. You looking at videos of young black girls and young white girls making money and getting celebrity dream cars like you want, nice beautiful teeth, showing you that successful people all think alike. You say, I bet you the haters in your corner, they stomach cringe when you look at shit like that, because you almost there and they ain't nowhere near there. You in the third quarter with 8 minutes left, and in these 8 minutes, you can have about $2 million, which is at 2 years. 56, you in the fourth quarter. 56, you in the fourth quarter. And you can ball big time. If you stay gone for 2 years, even like Shakira said on that video you told me, she said you gotta cut people loose. You'll be thinking all this time you doing something wrong, and the only thing you doing wrong is talking on the phone around toxic haters and listening to the toxic shit they say. When you talk on the phone to successful people around toxic haters, all they do is sit up and probably use AI if they smart enough to figure out how to tear you down. The nigga Tidy Bowl from Ohu or Crip who told you you talk too much. If you didn't talk so much, you'll be a powerful ninja. That was some of the realest game you ever heard, but the realest was the black guy at the Chrysler dealer in 2005 working at a racist Chrysler dealer. A black man selling 5 cars a week told you got all the game in the world. You don't even know it. You made good choices growing up in the bloody streets of Compton and South Central. You didn't put a needle in your arm. You didn't put a crack crystal meth pipe in your mouth. You kicked it with the riderest, gangsterest, dope dealingest, pimpingest, panderingest motherfuckers on this earth. You did everything right but bad. But childhood neglect of the problems I said earlier was the reason you're not successful, on top of being surrounded by people that are always take a jab at you. The type of people who said something scandalous about a bad situation you was in. If you was in a money situation, they said something. If you was dying on a hospital bed, they made a joke about how you was there. The type of people who would do stuff like that and then beg for forgiveness like they sorry, just for you can console them. But they can get away with taking a jab at you while you was halfway dead. People like that, I wouldn't even want them at my funeral. If I get sick in the hospital and die, I will beg the doctor, don't even let them know. Cremate me and don't say shit. Let them live with that one. Now, that being said, I know you figured out how to do everything. I know you're going to get mom's her car, and you need to hurry up and get it by September. Don't wait. Get her a car ASAP and do what you need to do. Say this $4,000, pay up your credit cards. Get that GLE 53 AMG Coupe. The plan you said is perfect. Irvine said it got to be a GLE before she give up the spot, because she know that's the one you want. Get that GLE, and then Peter Marco's teeth, she said it's real. Her exact words was, I wanted you to get the PPO license, but I understand the active manager. That's going to be a little more complicated. That being said, a man like you with Peter Marco's teeth, which is an extreme makeover, and a GLE 53 AMG Coupe will change your life indefinitely, especially with a place to yourself for the first time. You're going to be surrounded with positive energy, which is yourself, which is me, which is Irvine, which is Shannon, which is Grace, which is your friend in Texas that you can stay with for free. You can stay with me for free. You can stay with Irvine for free. She done gave you a place to stay once she found out that your BMW car note was invaded. When she found that out, she was like, you need your own spot indefinitely. You don't need to be around nobody for 2 years. That's what she told you. If she had never said that, that's because she was upset with what you're dealing with. That means that we're all upset. Me, Shannon, and Irvine. You got 3 rich white women that are upset that you are being robbed for decades of your life. You are a successful minded man. And about the penthouse, like I told you, make sure that you tell haters in your circle about the 2 people. The 2 special people with the penthouses, you make sure you tell people about them. Because I guarantee you, they're going to say something negative and make it look like a twist they trying to get you up in for you can fall back and die broke with them. Guarantee you. That's why I told you to tell people. That's why I told you to tell people the special part. Because people going to try to pull you into the special part. I already know how the haters in your circle work. They're demons. That's why they ain't got nothing to show for no decision they made, because they don't want to take orders from nobody and they don't want to take nobody's advice and think they know everything and don't know jack. Don't be surprised when you go to Playa del Rey for 90 days. 90 days, no exception. I'm giving you an exception to come back once a week only on your off days. Spend some time with people. Pick up your money, try to make you $500 a week is the less. The goal is $650. When you come back, that one day you want to be making $500. You want to have $500 lined up with weaves, with wigs, with shoes, with purses. You want to have $500 lined up. That's what type of man you is. You got a Peter Marco smile, a free spot in Playa del Rey by the beach, and you rolling $100,000 Benz. You don't come back for nothing. I come back to pick up money, see people, and get on. It's just a vacation. She's like, all right, what else? Oh, she's saying closing. When you come back after them 90 days of only coming back once, don't be surprised if you come back to something empty. Because people, your haters ain't going to believe it. They hating on you so bad. They so jealous that you got a millionaire friend like Irvine that can drive a $600,000 Jeep, that gave you a place to stay for free, that you got a mentor, that you got a rich friend named Shannon. They so hating, and like I told you, if anybody in your toxic circle had any millionaires of the opposite sex they could stay with, oh, it would have been happening. Don't be surprised when you come back in 90 days after them new teeth and that GLE that you see a big difference you ain't expecting. But if you see that, all you got to do is keep your money, jump right back on the freeway, and take your black ass right back to Playa del Rey where the rich, smart investors are waiting for you. And let that toxic, demon, devilish haters be memories in your life. Because sometimes haters won't even speak to you no more. They'll try to disown you. Always act like they busy, don't want to see you. They get on that shit, just don't never come back. Forget them. Nobody in your circle did shit or helped you do nothing or never gave you 10% of no significant amount of wealth they ever had in your life. Manipulated you and robbed you of life, your whole circle. So why the hell would you ever want to come back? I would never come back. You'll be 50, you 54 years old by then. You 53 now, you'll be 54. I would never come back. If it happened like that, just stay gone. Let them see you on the Grammys when they watching them hating. But don't let nothing change your decision, and nobody. I know people always say, yeah, my kids come first. Yeah, that could be cool, but if your kids, family, parents ain't been down with you and always disrespected and manipulated you, I wouldn't have their ass on the red carpet when I'm there. And you got to ask yourself, the life you went through, Alonzo, personally, you getting manipulated and disrespected, it had to come from your family. One of your family members was manipulated and disrespected. It had to happen. It's a cycle. Because the type of hatred you dealing with from just what you tell me every day is blooded, deep-rooted, mental hating. When you hate and you that jealous to ruin somebody's life, you got a mental problem mixed with hatred. People like that are usually fools, and God said don't argue with fools.